I just can't believe that the holidays are already here. It seems they come faster and faster each year. But since you're here, you probably are already knowing how important it is to start preparing your marketing strategy for the holidays and to do it as early as possible. Well, today we are going to talk about 5 steps to convert that holiday traffic into New Year's sales. So we're going to make those holiday sales, but also continue to use some strategies into the new year as well. And I've got a lot I want to cover with you. Hopefully, it's enough information to really give you some tangible action items to take with you to implement not only this year, but for many years to come. Shoppers save all year for gifts for their friends and families and even themselves, and your business absolutely deserves a cut of all those juicy profits. And that's why you need to start working now to get your slice of that pie. So if you don't, you could end up left out in the cold, pun intended, while your competitors are making all of those sales. In today's webinar, by the way, this will be recorded. So if you are interested in getting a copy of this afterwards, you can definitely email GoDaddy Empower and we will get that to you. But today we're going to talk about several different things in order to help you through those holiday sales. So we're going to go how to understand the difference between leads and customers, some ways to capture leads, convert them into customers, and how to drive email marketing. If you're using it, I've got some good pointers for you. If you're not, I've got a lot of reasons why you should be. How to spotlight your social media pages, really produce great content. And then relying on those customer advocates. Once you have great customers, how you can utilize them to bring in new customers, and how to point buyers to your website. There is a great big digital world out there, and we want to bring your customers to your site to make those conversions, right? Also, hello, everybody. My name is Alyssa Campbell, and I'm going to be your host today. I am a senior event marketing specialist here at GoDaddy, and I've been doing social media marketing for the past 7 years or so, and I've been with GoDaddy for about 3.5 years now. And I have done it all, whether it's working for a small local construction company or a global fitness franchise. And now this wonderful international tech organization. I have had my hands in a lot of different marketing aspects, whether that's grassroots efforts, digital campaigns, event planning, and now I do live webinars and educational videos. So I just wanted to point out that I am here to help and that this time is for you. And I'm just here to share my knowledge and answer your questions. So please feel free to drop your questions in the chat and I will try to work my way through them as the presentation goes. Like I said, I have a lot of content that I want to cover with everybody here today. I will save time for a Q&A at the end of today's presentation if I'm unable to get to your questions. That's what that time is for, so please feel free to ask them again. There is a Q&A option in Zoom, so please do utilize that and I can see your questions right there. There's also the chat box. And so I want you to get comfortable using that. Go ahead and switch your option to everyone. That way everyone can see your question. And I am just going to type in it right now so that you can see where your chat is. And I would love you to use that. So please feel free to maybe share your name, your business, maybe something you're wanting to get out of today, just to get comfortable using that chat. And I look forward to seeing all of your questions throughout today. Okay, now let's dive into our first topic of understanding the difference between leads and customers. Well, you probably know this already, but it is important to understand that difference. Because without leads, there are no customers. And to attract more customers, you need to reach more prospective customers and convert them into leads. And in this section, I'm going to give you a little bit of some great pointers to really hone in on your ideal customer, who that is, and then how you can reach them this holiday season. And even not in the holiday season, right? In marketing, there's a saying, if you're talking to everybody, you're not talking to anybody. In other words, if you don't know your target audience or how to speak directly to them, your broad generic messages are going to be overlooked, ignored, and forgotten. So focusing on ambiguous generalized audiences won't really make it easier to fill up business with customers. It actually ends up having the opposite effect. The language and selling points that you're presenting in your marketing materials should actually speak directly to your target audience. I know a lot of businesses, by the way, welcome, Tonya. Thank you for sharing. Construction consultants. And my husband is also in construction. So I have a big construction background, know a lot about it. And yes, welcome Angie too. I also have my coworker Jeffrey Brown on today. He's going to also be helping out in the chat. So definitely drop your questions there. And the Q&A, I can see someone's popped it in there too. But like I said, a lot of people are like, my customer is any customer, and I can reach anyone, could be a valuable customer to me. I don't need a specific target audience. It's everybody. And I hear you, but without a clear target audience, your email marketing, your website content, and your ad campaigns will actually end up being less effective because it is a great big world out there, and there's a lot of people you could be potentially trying to reach. So while your initial reaction might be to classify your ideal customers in this broad, generic way, there are many long-term benefits to drilling down and defining your target audience in more specific terms. So I would love for you to stop using these generic, broad classifications for your target audience and instead spend some time going deep into defining that ideal customer. So to create a complete description, or what we call a buyer persona, you want to outline some of these characteristics you see here. Some demographics, which are that statistical information about your audience. And then some professional details, maybe some information about their job or their place of work. Any psychographics, which are details about their personalities or their innate qualities, maybe some goals, descriptions of what they want to accomplish, and maybe how your product or service can accomplish that for them, and any challenges they have, some problems that this audience regularly faces, or maybe how your product and service can help them overcome those challenges. Influences are media impressions that the audience counters, and then the buying process, how they're ultimately making those purchasing decisions, which hint, a lot of more people are making purchasing decisions online. And after seeing lots of marketing efforts. So, but the more specific you can get about your target audience, the better your marketing and business operations will ultimately end up being. So in order to take this a little step further, you could really continue developing your target audience description by creating, like I said, that detailed customer profile or persona. A target market is in the broadest definition of who should be using your products or service. Okay, but for example, a business's target market could be professional women between the ages of 25 and 40 with an income of $85,000 or more. And your ideal customer profile goes a bit deeper than the target market, looking more closely at things like demographics, psychographics, mindset, and needs. And that's where we'll dive a little deeper here. This person you create would be a semi-fictional characterization of your ideal customer. For example, it could be a female outdoor enthusiast between the ages of 18 and 30 who lives in a colder climate, maybe with a fashion-forward focus. And you can even name her Jennifer. She also loves skiing and hiking, and she lives in the Rocky Mountain region. And by narrowing your focus, you can really start to improve the targeting for your ad spend, your content development, and marketing dollars to ultimately get that higher return on your investment. Jeffrey dropping in a really helpful blog to identify that customer persona. So check it out if you would like some more information on how to do that. Now let's talk about during the holidays. So once you've established your target market, you may want to consider adjusting it slightly during the holiday season according to buyers' needs, kind of changing temporarily. Like think about who would want to purchase your products or services as a gift. And that's sometimes what we need to really hone in on is like, yes, maybe it's a female outdoor enthusiast, but oh, her husband may want to buy her a gift card or book her a thing And so now males between 25 and 35 with it's a whole separate buyer persona. So you may need to reassess this during the holidays. So anything like a certificate or a gift card or a special, some kind of seasonal thing that you're running could be different for available for different target audiences. So turning that lead into a customer is really the lifeblood of your business. And sometimes, depending on what you're offering, you may be able to collect information like their phone number, their address, maybe what business they have, a special date, maybe like a birthday or anniversary. And of course, the more information that that prospect provides, the better you can segment and personalize your marketing. So prospects are willing to give you more information if you provide them with something of value in return. And I do have some good examples of what that looks like later so that you can, especially with email, that's typically the most common thing I see with prospects giving information to be a lead, and then a customer is to get their name and their email. That's the most basic lead capturing form that's out there. And so once they are a lead, then they convert to a customer when they purchase your product or your service. And one transaction is great, but your real goal is to create a loyal repeat customer who comes back to purchase your products again and again. In fact, on average, loyal customers are worth up to 10 times as much as their first purchase. And one way to really bolster that customer loyalty, like I said, is with email marketing. And I do have some really good lead capturing examples here to show you as well. By the way, I apologize. I am just getting over the flu, so I'll be taking sips of some water throughout this presentation, just to keep my throat parched. Okay, quenched is probably the right term there. All right, so email marketing is a really vibrant and powerful way to connect with people. And if you're not taking advantage of email, or maybe you needed a few pointers on how to make your campaigns a bit more successful, I'm going to dive into a few ways to stay up to date with email marketing. All right. Email, like I said, is one of the best ways to communicate with your customers. It can help you nurture leads, raise brand awareness, and sell your products. Driving email marketing subscriptions is a mission critical if you want to convert website traffic into repeat sales in the new year. Transactional emails actually have 800% more clicks than any other type of email and can generate 600% more revenue. So, in short, email campaigns drive revenue. And in this section, I'll walk you through the basics of email marketing and give you some tips to optimize your email campaigns for better conversions. So let's get right to it. Also, another fun fact, the average ROI of email marketing was $36 for every $1 spent. So that's a lot of return on your investment for one mode of marketing. Okay, let's talk about how to create and grow a large email list. In order to send emails, you need to have email addresses to send them to, right? One way to convert prospects into leads on your website is by enticing visitors to subscribe to your email list. And I said I was going to have a good example of what that might look like here, and this is it. You could offer free shipping, a percentage or dollar amount off of a purchase. Here you can sign up to receive a free phone holder, maybe an entry into a contest, drawing, or giveaway. You can offer a sneak peek into new content, exclusive email only offers, which is also kind of what this pop-up here is saying. Website pop-ups, when used properly, can actually be extremely effective way to grow your email list. And down at the bottom, you can also enter your email to stay updated on news, sales, and community events. It's just a great example of how you can do this on your website. This contact form also captures a name, an email, and a quick message. So definitely having multiple ways on your site to do that is a great idea. But another fun fact is approximately 66% of online shoppers made some kind of purchase after receiving a message through email. So if you're not already planning an email campaign this holiday season, you definitely need to start one for sure. And in case you were still like, email, I'm not sure I want to do email. People aren't, thrilled with email. I'm not thrilled with email. Here are some really big benefits of doing email. It can, number one, increase brand awareness. It really does help spread the word about your brand, products, and services by sharing valuable resources, some educational content, maybe news and updates with more subscribers. I can also generate website traffic. So you can take subscribers to your landing pages, maybe even sale pages to learn more about your products or just general, product information. You don't always have to be pushing a sale, but take them from their email to your website to make a purchase. Like, we're talking about 66% of people make purchases from email. It's just a high conversion. So you can also, like I said, drive sales and revenue, offer discounts or shipping, trigger purchases, or just increase that awareness of what's out there, what you got going, and how customers can make a purchase from you. You can also keep them engaged. So just switching up your email campaigns can keep customers interested and really excited about your brand. Plus, it helps you stay top of their minds. And then last but not least, you can gain valuable business data from email. It really allows you to collect customer data. You can learn more about their behavior. You can do this by tracking analytics or even sending email surveys and feedback forms, which you can use that to leverage information to really improve your emails in the future, maybe even your business, your products, or your services. So there's a lot that you can get out of email if you're not taking advantage of it. And I highly suggest giving it a go if you're not already. If you are planning on doing it, this is where we're going to segue into some tips of how it can maybe make it a little bit better this holiday season. So before you even think about creating your email campaign, you definitely need to understand why you're creating one in the first place. So what do you hope to achieve with this email? What actions do you want your contacts to take after they open your email? So much like we just talked about the benefits of what email can do on the last slide, you can really use that to apply it to your goal for your email campaign in general, whether that's brand awareness, website traffic, revenue generation, maybe even lead nurturing, or like I said, feedback and surveys. Whatever that goal is, understanding it really helps give your efforts some direction, and it helps you achieve some tangible results. So make sure that your email campaign goals are aligned with the larger goals of your business to have a positive impact on your bottom line. Now, also, I hope you've noticed some of the beautiful design examples that I've shown here on the slides. These are excellent emails. They are not all red and green and bright and colorful. They're using what are their brand colors, and they're keeping it really clean and beautiful. And this is how I'm transitioning into talking about how to design your email. Your email can be full of valuable, insightful content, but if it doesn't look good, it might not have much of an impact. So here are some tips to really creating an engaging email design. Number one is apply your branding. Add your logo. Use your brand colors and fonts that you've chosen to represent your brand. And then keep the design aligned with your visual brand identity. Don't stray too far from it. You want customers to know that it's you when they open your email. And then second, add some white space. This does an excellent job of adding white space to an email. Let your content breathe by adding white space or some blank areas around the text and visual objects. And this really just helps your email design look clean and professional, and it makes the information easier to read. I mean, this is just so easy to read. It's easy on the eyes. There's information to digest, and you can do it really quickly. So keep that in mind when you're creating your content. So use images. Now, this may have, it may be unnecessary to say, but I feel like it should be said because your emails will could look like a boring letter if it's just text, if there's not an image. So add images, and you can even add GIFs to make your emails a bit more attractive. And then you also want your emails to be responsive. Your emails should look great on both desktop and mobile devices. Avoid using large images that don't load properly on small screens or slow internet. And the way that you can test whether or not your email, or any content for that matter, that you're creating on your computer or your desktop will be formatted properly for your mobile device is to send it to your phone and open it up on your phone. So send it to your email, check it out on your phone, make sure everything is loading quickly, that everything is visually appealing. It's not off screen. You don't have to scroll to the left in order to see some words, things like that, you know. And then establish visual hierarchy. So use alignment, varying font sizes, and other visual hierarchy principles to really organize your email design elements. And these are also, like I said, two great examples where we've got a beautiful fall in love header with Augustine at the Kenwood Inn. Very simple title. And then it talks about how fall is around the corner. They want you to come enjoy the beautiful time of year and the nation's oldest city at the city's oldest B&B. Very cute. Love it. And then the same with National Pancake Day. They got the large date, the large title, and then information, the supplemental information. Very easy to read, digest, lots of space, but it has great visual hierarchy. So keep this in mind as you're creating your email campaigns. And some more lovely examples as well that aren't, just the same black and white, or, just varying colors, different kinds of companies, industries. Okay, so we want you to grab their attention. It's important to get creative in ways to inspire that curiosity or urgency to click. Every email should have one clear and compelling CTA or call to action. I talk about this throughout today's presentation. A CTA is a call to action. It grabs users' attention. It's something that readers want to act on, and it's in really essential to incorporate some element of urgency because they're hard to ignore. And like I said, they spur readers into action and help you ultimately improve your conversions. So you'll draw the reader in and compel them with things like get the discount, reserve your spot, try for free, and so on. And as a rule of thumb, when you're creating these buttons or these CTAs, I would try to keep the text to 2 or 3 words. And if necessary, you can add up to 5 or 6, but no more than that. So using phrases like act now, come in today, call now, to really create that sense of urgency in your CTA and generate a higher click-through rate. Also, as you're designing your email campaigns, keep in mind that the average prospect opens only about 18% of the emails that they actually receive. So you need to be impactful and timely. And with that in mind, be sure that you're using a catchy subject line to really differentiate yours from the other countless emails in the inbox. So when you're creating your campaign, don't just kind of put something in the subject line. That's just as important as the email itself because you need people to open it in order to see your beautiful email. Okay. Definitely feel free to drop any questions in the chat as we go. I'm also totally happy to answer questions as we go along, like I said. And you can use your Q&A as well. So just going to take a brief pause, sip some water before we move on to our next topic, which is to spotlight your social media pages. So unless you have been I don't know, living under a rock the last few years, you know that social media marketing is really an essential part of every business's strategy. So, through social media, you can highlight new products or services. You can invite customers to events, promote sales or specials, run giveaways or drawings, answer questions about your product services. So many things. But let's talk about some holiday specific facts when it comes to social media. 56% of people are using social media to research products or services during the holidays. 87% of Gen Z shoppers, a whole generation of people out there spending money, 87% of them will get holiday shopping inspiration from social media platforms like YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Some are even calling social media as the #1 channel for capturing holiday shoppers. So now that you're armed with some crazy facts, eye-opening stats, I am here to give you some really great tips to put together a killer strategy this holiday season. All right, we're not done talking about design. here we are again to talk about social media design. The holidays are all about excitement of a sale, deal, gift giving, or receiving, and you really want your content to stand out from all the social media noise. There's lots of other people out there trying to get that same holiday sale out as well. So many other businesses, big and small, are competing in that same space for similar audiences. And we spoke earlier about targeting a tailored audience. So this will definitely help narrow your focus. However, you'll also need some really killer content to make a big impression and capture their attention. So create some anticipation or build urgency when your sale finally goes live. Content around pre orders or reminders, even countdowns. Countdowns are huge during the holidays. And they are a great way to get folks excited about the launch of your promotion or something that you've got going on. So definitely try to do some, urgency, creating anticipation there this season. You can also keep your messages short and simple. Most marketing messages can actually be boiled down to like a single sentence or slogan. And brief messages actually hold readers' attention and they're more ideal for social media. So you don't need this long, drawn out explanation for what's going on. Keep it short, sweet, put the vital information there and create that anticipation, that urgency, stay relevant. And lastly, include a call to action that tells users where to click, where to go, where to show up, if it's a boots on the ground situation, if it's a click at this time on this date and dropping this, you must tell audiences what to do if you want them to do something. Like I said, I was going to be hitting on CTA, call to action, throughout today's presentation, because all of our marketing efforts are wonderful, but if they do not tell people where to go, what to do, then they're not sure how to take that next step, or they don't feel like it's necessary. So if you want users to click on a link or visit your website or show up at your front door, be sure to include a call to action that tells them to do just that. Also want to talk about video content. Video has been the king of content as of late. Its steady rise in user popularity got an even bigger boost in 2020, with people watching more online video than ever before. The use of videos has continued to perform higher than standard content for some audiences. They entertain, inform, teach, and help reach your target audience. They go viral more quickly, simply, and effectively. Platforms like TikTok have really changed this game for a lot of businesses and for just influencers in general. From the top of the sales funnel all the way down to the bottom, videos are really effective content marketing tools throughout the buyer's journey. Your video will be shown on social feeds, so it needs to have a huge impact within the first few seconds. You can even do, like a thumbnail that shows what the video is about that can really grab users' attention to say like, oh, 10 tips for braiding hair, whatever the case may be, and then go into the video, because people can't necessarily see what your content is going to be without watching it. So a thumbnail is a great way to give them a preview of what's to come. And you can also achieve a really big impact with bright colors, unusual image, anything that counts to help people like get them watching, keep them watching. But keep in mind that your video should be able to stand on its own without sound. I think, I can't remember the statistic, but most of reels on Instagram are watched without the sound on. So I highly recommend adding closed captioning to enable viewers to understand your content. And that's literally just an option you click. You say, I would like to add closed captioning, and then it does it for you. You don't have to sit there and type all of your words yourself anymore, although you can do that. That's also an option. But I highly recommend doing that as well. More beautiful, lovely holiday content here. So when creating your posts for the holidays, it might seem tempting to dive headfirst into like an all red and green everything. But I do want to caution you against going too far away from your business's brand colors. I really want you to try and stay true to your branding as much as possible, wherever possible. And you're like, yeah, but my colors are blue and yellow. And I'm here to tell you that a lot of posts can include Christmassy colors like blue and yellow, gold. These are also symbolic of the winter or holidays. You can even do white and silver. They're synonymous with the season as well. And your posts and your content can be seasonal and eye-catching while remaining true to your brand. I will add that your posts can include those Christmas classic colors of red and green, but try using yours and adding in like an element of red or green to your graphic. You might want to add maybe red snowflakes to this Black Friday post or red ribbons to the gift card graphic. And that's okay. It keeps your business on brand, but it does also add a little visual communication towards nods toward that seasonality of your content as well. Okay, more than 80% of adults would rather watch a live video from a brand than any other form of content. And I start you off with that statistic because I know not a lot of entrepreneurs like to go live, but I will say that, combine that fact with the fact that the average American adult is spending almost 6 hours a day watching videos. Now is really a great time to start using Facebook Live for your business. If you're not sure where to start, we actually often hear business owners are worried about what to say or do in your live stream. All you really need is a decent quality mobile phone, which almost everyone has these days, and a reliable internet connection, which can be shoddy at times. Let's all be real. But when your Wi-Fi is up and working, you can make it happen. So maybe consider going behind the scenes, conducting a live interview with maybe a happy customer. You can answer common questions about your business, do a Q&A, how to, like a lot of people are frequently asked questions. A lot of people keep messaging you about your business hours or what the process looks like, or can I get a quote? And you can do a quick live video about your quoting process or your hours, your holiday specials that are coming up, anything like that. You can talk about your business. You can even talk about the products that you've got going on. So just, give it a try. I promise. Facebook Live is not going to hurt you. It might just be the next best thing for you and your venture. And I've said this time and time again, but you really must have a content calendar. No matter the time of year, any year, it doesn't have to be the holiday season, but especially during the holiday season. Plan, 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 plan. You might think that sitting down to plan your content will end up taking more of your time, but this could not be farther from the truth. Not only will planning actually end up saving you time in the long run, you will ultimately feel more organized. You'll feel less frazzled and probably a lot more prepared to run other areas of your business. Because let's be honest, the holidays can get crazy busy without any kind of warning. So brainstorming and trying to execute a holiday strategy might be a little daunting to you right now, but you don't want your sales to ultimately suffer from the chaos of the holiday season. So to really make your holiday social media strategy work, you can easily do, like this is the next most common question I get when I suggest doing a content calendar. You can easily make a digital calendar with like Google Sheets. Jump on Google, find Google Sheets, type in calendar. You can print it out. You can do it digitally on Google Sheets or even their Word document. And if you have Excel, you could probably upload or find free Excel documents and doing it on Excel as well. Or you can simply print out a calendar, or if you have an actual calendar, you can use that too, and literally write on each day how many posts you want to go live, when you want them to publish, which platforms that they should go live on. And this will really just help you decide and game plan when you want to have special sale pricings, when you maybe need to have extra inventory in stock, or when you got to get those gift certificates printed before, Black Friday or, Christmas, like last rush, last minute gifts, Christmas gift cards, by the way, are great to do around that time. Um, so I really want you to like start thinking about what you want to say to your customers and those prospects. Maybe include important holidays, business highlights, sales or promotions, some testimonials, any products or services you're going to push, and anything else really that you just kind of want to showcase throughout the coming months. You can also apply this to your next year. I highly recommend a whole annual social media calendar. It's so helpful. It keeps you on point. There are so many holidays throughout the year, and the next thing you know, you're like, oh, I missed this big opportunity for us to celebrate national, XYZ month, and I totally forgot about it. And that could have been a really great opportunity. I'm going to put it on my calendar. I'm going to do it next year. And then you forget to do that too. So I highly recommend just getting yourself a simple calendar, marking down important dates, planning out important promotions, and then get more granular with that too, and do it month by month, because it's going to give you more organization. It's going to save you so much time, like I said, in the long run, to be able to focus on other areas of your business. Oop. Okay. Once you have a plan in place, that's when you can start posting any creative or compelling content that will really get your followers interacting with your posts to keep your business top of mind. So all of the lovely posts and examples that you've seen here can be created with our lovely GoDaddy Studio. They have all kinds of graphics for the holiday season, templates that you can easily input your business colors, any specialized fonts, information about your event or promotion, sale, whatever it is you've got going on. They've got a huge library of templates and features to help you create eye-catching social posts, infographics, blog posts, emails, whatever. Um, Anytime that you need to spend on that can be cut in half with great templates like this. And as you design these graphics, you can save them all to a folder on your computer or even in the cloud, so that you can use them this season and possibly the next one too. And by keeping your content timely and varied and beautiful and centered around a monthly theme, you really keep your customers engaged and excited to see what you have planned next. And GoDaddy Websites Plus Marketing is really great and helpful for planning out all of your content in advance too. So I want to talk about how the captions are often the most time-consuming element about creating content. So you want to be creative, you want to be witty, and you want to have meaning all at once in your caption. But when you're ready to post and put it together, the words just don't come easily. And you're like, sales going on until Tuesday, come by and check it out. Okay, thanks, bye. Um, and that's not really witty or meaningful or creative. So I want you to use this really huge time-saving social media tip. Break out a Google Doc or a spreadsheet or a Word doc or a composition book, whatever format you feel most comfortable with. And when you have a free moment or you're sitting down to do this social media calendar and you're planning everything out, use that time to write down some captions so that you don't feel rushed to come up with copy when it's time to post. Even if it's just the hook, line, and sink, add some lit creative, make sure it's cute, and then the rest of the information you can fill in when the time comes. But it's also just a great way to prevent your content from getting stale. All of your previous captions will be in one document. That way you won't repeat yourself, or you don't have to come up with fresh ideas. You've already done it well last year. You can use something similar again, just change it up slightly. It's a really great time-saving tip. And you've got a plan, you've got a calendar, you've got some awesome content, and now It's time to schedule. You could be going on your own holiday vacation, right? Entrepreneurs take time with their families too. You are also trying to hang out with the fam and go to the mountains, build a snowman. Maybe you're in the mountains and you want to go to the beach. You can also do that. Just schedule everything in advance. Never worry about missing a holiday or special promotion. Save yourself the time later and schedule ahead. GoDaddy Websites Plus Marketing is actually the perfect tool for scheduling and publishing posts in advance. We also have lots of wonderful competitors out there. I'm not here to just make you take on a GoDaddy alone. Hootsuite is another product that a lot of people use in order to schedule posts, and it is very effective and it saves business owners a lot of time. You can check that out as well. But we're just here to make it easier and faster for small business owners to really promote their holiday specials and still go on vacation. Like you've got a lot, you've handled a lot all year long. You deserve a break too, and time to spend with the fam. Okay, we have already covered so much information, but we still have 2 more sections to go. I've been talking a lot. I hope you're getting some helpful information from this. I am just checking on the chat and the Q&A. Looks like we're good to go here. Lots of helpful blogs from Jeffrey. Lisa, so glad to be here to help. I hope you're hearing some helpful information. Thank you all for bearing with my lovely post-flu cough. Okay, so customer advocates, who are they? Who is she? Your customer advocates are really key to bringing in new customers and as a result, more revenue. So 92% of people trust recommendations from friends and family over any other type of advertising. So it really is critical that you have your brand ambassadors on your side telling others why purchasing from your business is a good choice. I am definitely one of those people who need to have reviews or recommendations in order to, before I trust a business. 9 out of 10 customers, myself included, read online reviews before they make a buying decision. And you'll be giving yourself a leg up on all other companies in your area by having these listings set up, verified, and updated. So once the process is complete, make sure you add photos, you fill out all the details, hours, phone number, service area, everything in your listing. Make sure that all of your profiles have the same information about your business and that your hours, even your menu, if you have one, address, phone number, is accurate. You wouldn't believe how many of these business listings out there have inaccurate information. So do a quick search, look at all of these areas, make sure the information is accurate, that you've claimed your listings, and that you're reading these reviews. On these pages, you have the ability to request quotes, visit your websites, call a member of the team, or even get directions. And having it out there and up to date is really crucial, not only for converting potential buyers during the journey, but for SEO as well, and making sure that your website is competing against your competitors. All right, I said checking out your reviews. That also means you should be engaging with reviews and responding to them. Now, I would love to see some of you in the chat. Let me know if you are responding to reviews. I sometimes get a lot of people that's like, yes, I'm responding to reviews. And if you're not, that's okay. Just let me know in the chat. I'd like to gauge to see how many of you are responding to reviews. So if you want to let those reading your reviews know that you care and that you're listening, good job, Tonya. I'm so glad you do. If you want to let them know that you care and you're listening, responding to reviews is a great way to do that. You will inevitably receive negative reviews, and that's okay. Responding to them in a kind way can show those reading them for the first time that you're willing to change their experience. I'll talk a little bit more about responding to negative reviews later. And maybe that's the holdup for why you're not responding to reviews. Maybe you've got some negative ones on there and you just think review sites are silly. But like I said, 9 out of 10 consumers will read reviews before interacting with your business. And so, what your potential customers want to see first and foremost are, yes, positive reviews from happy customers, but what's also extremely important is that they see thoughtful and personalized, genuine responses to all positive, neutral, and negative reviews. This is a great example of a lovely response to a positive review. In those responses, they can see that your shop is run by an owner who cares about their customers, who's listening to what they said, and wants them to have an excellent experience every single time. They greet them by name. Here, Sarah does, greets her by name, talks about the review she left was specific. Let us know if we can help in the future. It wasn't just a generic, thank you so much for your 5-star review, Gail. Love to help you in the future. It was very specific, and it changes it up. So I highly recommend doing that too. Change it up. So you don't look like a robot responding to all the reviews the same, copy and paste. Awesome pointer tip for how to respond to reviews right there by Jeffrey. If you're on the fence or you haven't done it, you don't know what to say, there's some great pointers there. Now, once you've received reviews, you'll now need to share some positive praise, like on social media, for example. You can also do this on your website and have a whole section for reviews. Highly recommend doing that as well, but I'm just going to stick to social media for this example right here. Because reviews provide that ever important, what we call social proof. So why leave them on your review sites? You can share reviews in a visually appealing way on Facebook and Instagram with like a lovely template like this. Create a custom graphic that really features a positive quote. It can be as simple as quick response, polite and professional, or as detailed as mesquite landscaping situation over here. But it's just a custom graphic that features this positive quote. A review will go a long way. And posting reviews on social media not only shares that positive customer sentiment, but it reminds other customers that they can rate and review products that they have purchased as well. And this can continue from those holiday sales, those great customer experiences that you have into the new year, and continue bringing more customers through your door as the year continues on later. So capturing those reviews, responding to them, sharing them throughout the year, that's really essential to keeping those sales going. And then you're like, okay, I'm not sure how to get more reviews. I've got a couple people out there sharing, but it's just not happening at a great rate. Just because you have a wonderful product and service, it doesn't automatically mean your customers are going to get out there and campaign on your behalf. Sometimes it's necessary to give people a little nudge. And what better way than to offer an incentive? Now, this is not, and I had someone ask me this last time, this is not paying or offering free things or gifts or anything for 5-star reviews. Very different. That is not what I'm saying you should do. I am simply saying you should offer an incentive. You should remind people that you are there in order to provide some honest feedback. Does that mean you may get some 3-star reviews as a result of throwing that out there? Sure. Does that also mean that you will get more people sharing their personal experiences so that people will trust and build that rapport for your business? Absolutely. Many companies have referral programs and reward programs that provide gift cards or free products for each successful referral. So I highly recommend brainstorming a few ideas. Here are a couple of great examples. You don't necessarily have to offer an incentive. This cleaning guys just said, your feedback makes us shine. And they left a lovely link that said, your feedback is our greatest tool. I mean, that's so creative and catchy. A cleaning company, and it got 15 reactions. And it's a great way to capture reviews on social media. But brainstorm a few ideas for your business and implement some kind of program or marketing strategy. Include it in that calendar of yours throughout the year. but especially after a busy rush like the holiday season, to maybe reward your customers for leaving a review or bringing in new customers like a referral program. The whole point here, like I said, is to really build that credibility. And if done correctly, you will ultimately drive those leads down that marketing funnel towards a conversion. Okay, we are here at negative review responses. You knew it was coming. I couldn't not address it. It's the elephant in the room. They come, they're here. We don't like them. Look at your review, your responses to these negative reviews as some kind of public relations mechanism. Not only do you acknowledge and respond, you also provide a way to resolve said issue. This is my favorite example to give because somebody wrote a 1-star review on this mesquite landscaping company because they didn't like the way the driver was on the road. And they cut him off and he was driving excessively slow. And he thought it was the best idea to leave a 1-star review for this business, although they had no interaction with the product, no interaction with the actual services that they provide. And this is also just a great example of this last little section right here of flagging reviews. Yelp absolutely lets you flag reviews that, oh, okay, skip ahead. Oh, okay, sorry. Yelp lets you flag reviews if you did not have any if they were clear and obvious about not having any interaction with the product itself. So you can absolutely flag this and try to get it down. But in the meantime, you should answer reviews as quickly as you can. You should answer all reviews and respond to all reviews regardless. And then you should keep calm and be professional. Be willing to ask questions and do some investigation. Lynn, the business owner, did a great job of apologizing if their driving bothered him. Great way to apologize without actually apologizing. We always want to ensure we respect traffic rules. Great point made, Lynn. So I'll speak with our team about what happened here. Also a valuable point. Make sure we're driving okay, team. We got a complaint about it. And then also said, please don't hesitate to reach out to our office directly if you have any details. Thank you. One round of applause, Lynn. This is a great way to handle a really terrible person for leaving this 1-star review of this probably excellent landscaping business because the driver was going too slow. Which isn't that bad, let's face it. But think of it as really grasping an opportunity to protect your business from misinformation and negativity. You have the ability to, oh, I keep doing this. You have the ability to make your customers feel heard and appreciated with a thoughtful response to every review. So whether that review is positive or negative, staying polite and professional and in line with your unique voice is absolutely the way to go. Okay, so I kept skipping ahead. Now we're going to talk about how to point buyers to your website. So depending on the size of your business, you could easily end up having hundreds or thousands of pages on your website, and you're responsible for making your content shine. And each page has to promote your organization's mission, brand, services. So how do you make that happen? How do you get everyone to take a look at them? Well, let's first talk about why a website is so important. Many of you may have websites, some of you may not. Many small businesses, especially new small businesses, run a very lean operation and they focus on necessities and urgent matters, really only spending money when they need to. Totally get that. It's easy to see why some entrepreneurs might think a small business website is a luxury that they can afford to live without. My Facebook page does it all. You might think that that's okay, or a Facebook page does enough for an online presence, or maybe that a sign with your phone number will generate some calls, or that a traditional mailer will help you sell products. Sometimes they do. A professional website isn't an expensive luxury or a frivolous endeavor. It's actually an affordable, fundamental tool that every company needs in today's digital world. So if you still aren't sure that a website is right for your business, consider some of these reasons why you need it. It really anchors your marketing. You're doing all of these efforts. You're sitting here with me. You're trying to get a game plan for the holidays, and it all should point back to your website, and it really anchors that marketing. It does help you promote and sell your products or services, whether you have a commerce page or a contact form where you're booking appointments online. It helps you sell those products or services. It also connects you with new customers, people that are searching for companies in your area. Checking out a website is the number one thing that people are looking for to establish credibility, which is also on this list, building credibility. A website also helps you compete with larger brands. You may be a small shop, but a website can really help you have a leg up or a competing force within larger brands. And last but not least, it actually is simple and affordable to set up these days. We make it super easy for you. We can do it all ourselves. You can do it all yourselves, or we can do it all for you, whatever the case may be. It can actually be really simple and affordable. Okay, so if you have a website, now you're getting ready to point buyers to it. If you're directing users to your site, you want to make sure that you actually have an effective site to begin with. You don't want a potential customer to land on a page that's confusing or has like little to no valuable information. Follow some of basic guidelines to ensure that you have quality content to drive traffic to. So number one is make sure your site and your pages are clean and user friendly. Nothing makes a potential customer bounce off your page faster than a poorly designed or a cluttered site. So make sure your site looks clean, that it's user friendly. Ask someone to take a look. Ask someone to scroll around and check out some features. Make sure it's real friendly. Get some feedback. Make some changes if you need to. 2, include a prominent and persuasive CTA. Here's that acronym again. While this may seem simple on a landing page, you still need to focus on that conversion point, i.e. that book now, call us, reserve here, add to cart, 2 or 3 quick messages, just like we discussed for email. And your site should also really be helpful and informative and relevant to the search terms or phrases that your customers are looking for. So you want it to, if people are searching for something, they want it to make sure when they go to their website, it's relevant to what the information that they were looking for. So, and it's helpful and informative. And then even having high quality content on your site will also help your overall SEO value. So it's a win-win, really. Okay, make sure that the content on your website and your social media, when you're pointing it to your website, is well crafted, it's informative, it reflects you and your business's personality. So whether it's an original e-commerce infographic, if it's an entertaining how-to video, or if it's a unique critic on like the best soy latte on the block, whatever it is, share content that people can't find anywhere else on the whole wide web. Information that they'll want to link on their own, maybe put it on their website, share it on their social profiles. The more places it's shared, the more places out there, the more links back to your website you will have. So some great content can include, but it's definitely not limited to, using professional graphics. We talked about GoDaddy Studio. That's a great way to have a professional looking graphic done that points to your website or is on your website. Really stick to your branding. Make sure it looks like your business. It's unique to you. People can identify you. And when they go to your website, they know that is in fact where they landed. Maybe even create some unique blog posts, do some timely sales or promotions, and then even holiday gift guides are really helpful around this time of year. And that's also a great way to promote your products too. But if not, it's just a helpful tool back to your website to get them checking out you and who you are and what you offer. All right. Once you have some amazing content up there, be sure that it's all optimized to be found by search engines. So do a little research into the keywords that your potential customers might enter into search engines, like Google, really, to find you or your competitors. And this can help you kind of figure out what words are popular, right? Brainstorm, write down a few top terms on a piece of paper, and these keywords are used to be included throughout your website, right? Without going overboard or stuffing your content with keywords, you can really try to incorporate them naturally. And generally speaking, as a rule of thumb, a page should target 5 to 10 keywords. And as a rule of thumb, 1 keyword per 100 words of content. Now, what does that look like? Having those keywords set up and optimized, it really helps search engine crawlers organize and rank your site to have it pulled appropriately when someone searches for like stylist near me. Those are keywords. Dog groomer, those are keywords. Accountant, construction services, those are keywords. So you want to make sure that they are on your website and throughout your page. Like I said, target 5 to 10 keywords or 1 per every 100 word on your website. And that's just the rule of thumb too. So to help people find and search for your business, that's a little SEO. Okay. And you also need to be utilizing social media to point buyers to your site. Unfortunately, one thing that makes it difficult to use Instagram to drive traffic to your website is that there isn't an option to include links within your post captions. Now, maybe you've already figured this out, or maybe you've been on Instagram and you've tried to click on a link and it doesn't click and you can't copy and paste it and it's a whole mess. However, you can add one primary clickable link in your bio. And you can optimize that link to drive more traffic through some really helpful tactics. You can include a call to action in your bio that tells users to click on the link and what they will get out of it. So for example, if you have a freebie ebook, include something like click below to grab the free 30-day or 30-page guide. If you have a lengthy URL, I highly recommend avoiding those long, ugly links by shortening it. There's a great site called Bitly, and it allows you to sign up for an account. And you can also track how many people are clicking on those links, which is a great analytic that you can have to, talk about the effectiveness of your campaigns or your social media marketing. And if you have multiple links to promote, you can use a tool like GoDaddy's Link in Bio Creator. A link in bio is a single universal link that you can add to your social page. It's one link and it takes you to a a mobile friendly homepage with all of your most important links in one place. So it essentially functions in the same way as a website, but much more simple. It's like a junction to all different avenues that make up your online presence. Connect you to events you've got going on, a special you've got going on, how to sign up for emails, different things. It can just be a sale that you have or an item that you want to talk about or a blog that you wrote and you want to promote, things like that. And you can do that with one link in your bio. It's great. So I highly recommend doing that. Okay. You've been with me for an hour. I'm so glad you are all here. I've saved after this little, I'm going to give you some action items that you can take with you. So if you've been writing all of this down, that's great. And if you were like, okay, there's so much helpful information, Alyssa, what do I do next? That's why I have this handy dandy little page here. Lots of information in the last hour. First and foremost, I would love to see you create a buyer persona. Really take the time to define your target audience and don't forget to include those that will be making a purchase for this ideal customer. That's also key around holiday-centered planning. So make sure you're including them as well. But also having that buyer persona will be helpful into the new year and on through 2023 and more. Okay. Next, explore email marketing. Consider it if you're not already taking advantage of it. Number one, add a pop-up on your website for collecting emails. Now that you've considered it and you're like, I need to get it going, but I have no emails. My next action item would be to have you create a pop-up on your website for collecting emails. and then get started piecing together an email campaign, because once you get them, you should definitely start sending them out. Next is to definitely plan your social media efforts now, right? Create a calendar, print one out, go to Google. That their calendar is super easy and simple, and you can have it all digitally, but whatever it is, create a calendar and start your posts while you still have time right now. And last, drive traffic to your website with like a unique blog post or a holiday gift guide. Get some really great content out there that you can share for free that will direct users to your site. Also, make sure your website is in tip-top shape. So comb through it. Like I said, have a friend go through it. Make sure everything is really user-friendly. It has accurate information out there. Maybe add some relevant keywords to your site, or create a GoDaddy Studio link in bio to connect all of your links on Instagram in one convenient place as well. So lots of really great tips that you can take out of today's information to get you started on planning for the holidays, and hopefully beyond that into the new year. We want to help you make those sales and continue on into 2023 and more. These are really great tactics that you can use over the lifetime of your business that can help you grow and expand and convert leads into customers and lifelong customer advocates as well. With that, we have reached the end of today's presentation. I have generously saved us about 25 minutes or more, 23 minutes, I guess, specifically to do a quick Q&A. If you have any questions, like I said, covered a lot of content, a lot of topics. We went through, that customer persona, the target audience, to email marketing, which sometimes consider a bit daunting, down through social media, through customer advocates and reviews. I know that can sometimes get a little dicey for folks. And then last on to your website and pointing people to it. So if you have questions on any of that content, I am here to help and address them um, as much as I can, right? So I'll just pause briefly to let anyone who's interested start typing their questions. And then if not, we can end today's webinar a little early and give you all your time back. Oh, hello. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you had such a good time. The links Jeffrey shared, will they be available through the recording? The recording, no, it will not. However, if you would like some more helpful information, you can definitely email us, and I will put this email in the chat for all of you. Feel free to email empower@GoDaddy with any specific questions that you might have, and we can share as much information as we can. Judy, is there a good tutorial about how to make live videos? Live videos are a bit different. You don't have to make them, like recorded videos, TikTok videos, Reels. There are lots of probably tips and tutorials out there about how to do them. But live is more so you just hit the go live button, you sit there, you talk. It's a lot about preparation more than anything. I'm sure you could do a quick search that says how to prep for going live. Those are great keywords to check out. Number one, I think if you're gonna do any kind of video, is to plan You know, you have a goal. Same with like email. I was talking about, what is your goal? Do you want to, you know, create new revenue? Do you want to, you know, talk with your customers? Do you want to capture leads? Whatever the goal of your video is, or talk about a product or service, promote a sale, anything like that, you need to have that in mind. And then who is going to be in your video, what topics you're going to cover, how you're going to make that impact in what it is you're going to say. You need to capture their attention, right? And then how you're going to close it out, how you're going to go from beginning to middle to end, so that it all flows together and makes sense. What time of day you're going to do at, the lighting you're going to be in, any background noise you need to consider, who's going to hold the phone, you know, who's going to be in it, what are they going to say, and trying to plan that out can all be really helpful, so that you're not just kind of making it up. Now, then there are also people out there who just hop on their phone. They say, hey, what's up? I'm here. I'm me. This is my personality. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. And then they'll let it go. And there's no planning. There's nothing to it. You can also do both of those types of content. You don't have to do one or the other. Video is just, it can be supernatural. It can be super well thought out. My recommendation is to just get started. Just give it a go. Start creating something. Get on TikTok, give it a try. My boss recently wanted to start giving it a try. I did too. Am I out there creating a ton of content that's killer and going viral? Absolutely not. Am I doing it for fun? Doing it to understand the tool a little bit more? 100%. You know, sometimes the lack of information can prevent people from getting started. And so the more information you seek, the more you just go for it and give it a go, the more comfortable you will ultimately get as a result. So I hope you give it a try. But yeah, no, I wouldn't say there's a huge tutorial, but you could Google search how to make some videos, and you'll find lots of really great results out of that too. Great question. Thank you for asking that. We still have a bit of time. Oh, I think I see something up in this Q&A. Any tips on gaining traction on construction-related training as a new business? Gaining traction. So you want to get things going for construction-related training. No, I'm not sure if this is a marketing effort or if you're just wanting to get um, or if you're just wanting to teach people the world of construction and you're wanting to spread the word that you do this. Can you confirm with me in either the Q&A? You can do it anonymous. Yes, the latter. Okay, thank you. I just wanted to make sure I was addressing the question correctly. It's okay. Thank you, Tanya. I would say to treat this, you've got what is ultimately a service that could be, it's a product that can be used as a service. And if you are doing, you know, if you have a website, number one, that's great. Apply a lot of the keywords information that I let you know, because people who are wanting to be trained in construction areas are out there searching Google to find people that do this. You know, okay, like, hey, I'm interested in XYZ industry and I don't have this skill, but I probably need to get it. Let me see, is there anyone out there that's training how to set tile or how to do drywall or how to paint exteriors? And if you're using, if you do offer those services, those keywords should be on your website. You can create blogs for like for people who are interested in getting started in that field, how free tips and how to's. You can show that you're knowledgeable in the area with like a blog on 5 essential steps for putting drywall up in a new home, or 10 things you must need to know before getting certified as a plumber, things like that. And putting it having several blogs out there and backlinks out there and sharing it on your page so people know that you are um, knowledgeable in that area and that you train people to do that. That's one really great way that you can spread the word. Going I don't know if you do this, but going to job fairs and in person, I know is a really common thing in the construction industry, is to show up at and I can't conventions and things like that, homes and gardens conventions, and other construction related areas, and setting up a booth and a table and saying, hey, like we're here, we do this. That's also building brand awareness. And I would suggest also focusing on brand awareness as well, and spreading the word that that you're out here doing this, that you offer this service, and that can maybe help you gain some traction too. And those are just my 2 tips to hopefully help you get started. There's so many things people can be doing to try and gain traction, right? But I'm going to narrow it down to those 2. They instantly popped in my head. So I have no problem. I hope that helps you, Tanya. And let's see, answered that live. Good. Okay. Still have a few more minutes. We got 12 minutes according to my clock. Okay. Like I said, if we don't have any more questions that come through, I can always give you some time back. I know you're busy entrepreneurs who probably run a lean crew, so you can have the 10 minutes back in your day if we don't have any more questions. So I just wanted to say thank you all so much for letting me be here and help you with some strategies and tips to convert the holiday traffic into New Year's sales. We covered a lot. I'm so glad you found this really helpful, Angie. Like I said, take those action items I gave you at the end, get started, get creating. You've joined because you're interested in getting some things going. So don't let it end here. Keep up the momentum. The holidays are around the corner. Halloween is just a couple weeks away. I'm very excited. And email empower@godaddy.com if you have any more questions that come in. We'd be happy to help you. This recorded session, I'm not sure if it will be emailed directly to you, but I will absolutely be passing that on, and I'm sure they will have that available. So if it's not emailed directly to you, it will be if you email empower@godaddy.com, and we'll get it out to you ASAP. But yes, it's recorded. We will also keep your eye out on the GoDaddy YouTube channel. This will be shared on our YouTube channel as well. So head over to the GoDaddy YouTube page and subscribe so that way you can stay updated with any videos that we share with you along our journey. We do this all the time. We share so much great, free, available, helpful information with small businesses and entrepreneurs to help them get going, to help them bring in new business and sell more products, sell more services. So that's what we're here for. We do it all the time. Stay involved with us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you will see this video and many more to come on there, as well as lots of others. The helpful tips. There's video marketing tips up there, email marketing tips, so many social media marketing tips. So check it out as well. Lots of helpful information. Okay, yeah. I made that myself. The action item page was something I did. But you can literally just draw 4 lines on a piece of paper, or do an Excel doc on and just create 4 columns, and there you go. Those are your action items, good to go. Super easy to do, I promise. It can totally be not something that takes more than 5 minutes to put together. But yes, get it out to you. You'll check it out. So glad you were all here. And I will be giving you back the rest of your day. Thank you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend coming up. Tomorrow's Friday. Very excited. I hope you enjoy. Bye.